Did you know that it's possible to get more leads on Facebook or Instagram by setting up a campaign with Facebook Messenger ads? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining with you how you can get started with Facebook Messenger ads with a budget with as little as $20 a day. If you follow this video all the way to the end and follow all the steps that I'm going to be going through, you should be able to set up a Facebook Messenger ads campaign for any business that you run in order to help you get leads. So, assuming that you already have your Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, and your ad account set up, we are going to already be in the ad account and we are going to be under campaigns because this is going to allow you to create a campaign. And then once you are here, you are going to click create. And once you come to create, you are going to keep it simple. You are going to choose the objective that you want, right? So if you want leads, make sure that you click leads, right? Don't click engagement, don't click traffic, because leads is going to allow us to use Messenger and Instagram in order to help us get leads for your business, okay? So what we are going to do then is we are going to call this Facebook Messenger ads. And then if you have an offer or a promotion, you could put that here as well. So we'll do promo number one. Okay. And now, if you have any categories associated with your business that relate to credit, employment, housing, or social issues, you'll have to select one of these categories because if you don't, and the algorithm picks up on this, you could have your ad account be flagged or possibly shut down because these categories have to be chosen if you are related to these categories. But other than that, in the campaign details here, you're just going to choose auction and you'll have the campaign objective with leads. And when it comes to Advantage campaign budget, this is something that you could actually turn on if you have two or more ad sets. Because what this is doing is that if you have two or more ad sets, Facebook is automatically going to decide how much of the budget they should allocate to each ad set accordingly based on its performance, right? So that's why we would recommend this when you're first getting started out because it's going to help you optimize your budget for as little as $20 a day Canadian, right? So once we do this, we can make sure that we do the highest volume because that is going to allow us to get the highest volume, right? And when we go to the ad set, what we can do for this ad set, we can call this messenger ads, right? Because what we are doing is we are choosing the messenger ads for our conversion. And if you have any targeting that you want to define here in this ad set name, you could definitely do that, right? So one of our targeting options could be open targeting, which is just broad targeting. And then what we would do is that we would come down here and we would select a business that we want to advertise for the Facebook page, right? So if you don't already have a Facebook page set up, make sure to select the according make sure to create that Facebook page, I mean. But if you have multiple Facebook pages set up, make sure to choose the right Facebook account for this advertising campaign. And then after that, you'll just have to view the terms and accept the terms for advertising on Facebook and Instagram. And then you could set the start date for whatever date that you like. So if you want to start the ads as soon as possible, you could just click the start date as now. And you could also put an end date on this as well. But if you could always start, pause, and end your campaigns at any time. So having an end date is not really necessary. But if you do want to start the ad sometime in the future, possibly, you can definitely click a future start date here, and then the ads will go and get approved. And then by the time that start date comes, the ad should be ready to be published and go live. So with regards to the audience here, If you're running ads within your local area, so for example, uh, I am located here in the Toronto area. So what we could do is we could type in Toronto, Ontario, right? And then within Toronto, Ontario, we can come here and select the radius of how far we want to advertise from Toronto, right? So if you are somebody who wants to reach people within a 50-mile radius of Toronto, you could advertise that far, right? Or even farther if you wanted to. But with regards to the targeting options, we would always recommend that you have a target population of at least 1 million, because that is going to have you get the best results possible, because there's more people to target, right? So if we were to do 25 miles of Toronto, we would notice that the estimated targeting size is 5 million to 5.9 million, and that this is fairly like average, right? So the audience is defined, and then if we wanted to come here and put some age parameters, like usually 20 plus, because these people have money, but if you wanted to lower this to like 64, we could do this as well, because this is the audience that we may want to target for the service based business that we're going after, right? And then after that, with regards to this broad targeting, yeah, you don't have to select anything here. And you can just keep Advantage Plus placements on, because when we set our campaign lead objective to get us leads, Facebook is going to decide what platform it feels best is suited in order to help you get those leads, right? So if we were to choose manual placements, yes, we can go and we can choose which placements that we want to advertise on. But with regards to Advantage Plus placements, uh, the algorithm is just going to choose what it feels best for you based on what's going to perform best, right? So with regards to the ad set, that's all finished up for us now, right? So the audience size did go down as we narrowed our audience, but it's still above that 1 million estimated audience size. So we should be fine, right? With regards to the ad name, here again, you could just call the ad. So if you have like a single image ad, you could name this single image ad number one, right? And then you'd be able to go and connect an Instagram account here if you had an Instagram account, or you could select it here as well. And you could also put create your ad here, and this would allow you to select your single image or video ad. Please turn off this multi advertiser ads. Personally, I don't like it. If you're advertising online, yeah, you want to be the only ad that people are seeing at that time, right? You want to be able to take up the full ad space. What the multi advertisers thing does is you just become a like a another advertiser under the main ad, right? So why not be the main ad itself? So with regards to multi advertiser ads, just select that off, and then you'd be able to come down here and add your ad creative. So if you do not have a ad creative, what you could do is you could go to canva.com, and when you're in canva.com, you would be able to type in any ad creative that you might feel is necessary for your business, right? So you could type in construction ad, right? So if you wanted to do something like that, you would be able to get a whole bunch of construction ads, right? And you would be able to find one that's suitable for Instagram. So in order to do something like that, we want to find the desired ratios, which is 1080 by 1080, and we could choose something like this, right? So we would be able to customize this template, so you would be able to edit this accordingly in order to put your services here and your contact details. but for time's sake, I'm just gonna go ahead and download this for you guys so you guys can see what this will look like as we are setting up the ad, right? So now we would come here and we would add the media, and we are going to go and click that add creative. And as we click that add creative, we're going to want to make sure that it's all set to look fine on all of these different placements here for feed, stories, and search results. Okay. And then we're going to click next. And then when we optimize this, we can just keep this on, right? It's nice to have this on. It's going to show you what it's going to look like and everything. And if you're fine with that, you could just go ahead and click done. Or if you want to adjust things, you could do that as well, right? So now it's going to tell us that we have our ad creative fully optimized for standard enhancements, image filter, and music if necessary. And in order to get the primary text, we could also use another tool like ChatGPT. And we could come here, another free tool, and we could tell it to give me an primary ad text copy for a construction ad offering a free estimate. Okay. So ChatGPT would come, they would create some compelling ad copy for you, right? So you would be then copying this and taking this information and posting this into the primary ad copy in the ads manager, right? So you could edit this accordingly to meet your preferences, but for time's sake, I'm just showing you what's possible, right? So you could also add different text options here as well, and you could uh, give more options to the algorithm to have them choose which ad text is going to be best suited for each person, right? But in order to keep things simple, just choose one ad text creative. Personally, this is kind of long, but if you don't have a website or anything like that, or if you're just using messenger ads, that this actually might be detailed just enough in order to explain what you're offering to people, right? So as far as the headline, you could just keep this the same, chat and messenger, and or you could try something else out, like you putting your offer here, like get a free estimate. Okay. And then again, with the headlines, you can add different headlines here as well. And you could also add different descriptions, right? So if you had different descriptions that you wanted to try out, like preferred construction company, you could type that here and other ones as well. And yeah, so we would also be able to come down here and create a messaging template. And basically, what we are going to do with this is we are going to create that welcome message, right? So, what is the welcome message that we want people to see when they click your ad, right? So, we could ask them, hi, we like to know how we can help you, right? And then that could be the welcome message. And then the first question could be, are you interested in a free estimate? Okay. And then what we would do is we would click yes, or where we could choose, they would be able to choose not now, right? So if somebody chooses yes, we could choose completion. Now, what this is going to do is Facebook is going to track this as a lead. And now you would be able to come in and further communicate with this lead because they have signified that yes, they are interested in a free completion, right? But if somebody says not now, we would then disqualify this lead, and Facebook wouldn't track this as a lead, but rather as a messaging conversation started, right? And then we would be able to go and collect other details if you wanted. But for messaging conversation, you don't necessarily have to ask where the city that people live, because we know that with the targeting parameters that we have set, hopefully we should be able to target people within those parameters like 90% of the time, right? So just better to get that conversation started, seeing what they want and everything. And then, yeah, so definitely try that out. And that should allow you to track your leads and also your messaging conversation started. And if somebody was to be tracked as a lead, they would get this message, the completion message, and it would basically say, "Thanks for answering our questions. We'll contact you to let you know what happens next." And then somebody would come into the conversation, chat with them further in order to discuss things, right? Or you could, if somebody's not disqualified, if somebody got disqualified message, then they would be able to send a message automatically saying thanks for your interest, but it doesn't look like we're a good fit at this time. That's a bit rough. You could say, thanks for your interest. Do you have any questions or concerns in the meantime? Right? So you could do something like that. And if you don't have a privacy policy, you could just go to Google again and type in free privacy policy generator. Okay. And you could come to a website like this, and you would be able to create a free privacy policy in a matter of minutes. Okay. And then yeah, you could see how it looks here, and you would be able to see if everything looks fine for you, and then you would click save and finish. Okay, but for now it's not going to work for me because I'm just trying to go through this, right? So you guys can get the concept of how to run these ads for yourself. So with regards to tracking, you don't have to worry about this, right? Because everything is going to be tracked on the Meta app accordingly, right? To whether people start a conversation with you, or they're actually a qualified lead, Meta would be tracking that accordingly with regards to the message template and how you set up that template to signify to them what is a completion and what is a disqualified message, right? So here in the preview, you'll be able to see the ad, and wow, that looks like a pretty nice ad, right? So depending on your business, this might look different, but you could customize that accordingly, right? And let's say if you wanted to run another ad within this open targeting ad set, you would be able to duplicate that ad, and then you would just delete this image and add another image, right? So you could do that, but for time's sakes, I'm just going to keep it the same image, so you could understand what to do, right? And now you could also duplicate this open targeting ad set that you have, and you could come here and you could call this something like instruction targeting, right? So what you could do is you could come down to the targeting section, and you could type in different things related to construction or any service that you're selling, right? So you would be able to type in construction industry, home construction. You would be able to type in, so it would also tell you like down here if there's different things. So possibly you could even type in like renovation, right? Renovations, home renovation. So all of these different types of things, they're similar, right? But you could test like one, or you could test multiple if they're similar, like maybe like two to four if they're similar, in order to to help with targeting people specifically interested in these types of services, right? And then that audience size is, it's still above 1 million, so you should be good. And if you want to target people outside of the targeting parameters, yeah, you could turn this on if you want. completely preference. It's feel free to try it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And yeah, keep Advantage Plus placements on. And you could also just come here to the thing and just type in construction targeting, right? Because this is in your construction targeting ad set, and that will just help with naming conventions down the line. And then even here, you could just come here and just name this open, and then open. Okay. So now we would want to then go back and review the ad, right? So we have our Facebook Messenger ads campaign. We have the objective set for leads. We have the budget set for $20 a day. We have our first ad set for construction targeting with the conversion location messengers. And then we have our location as Toronto, age 20 to 64, construction targeting, Advantage Plus placements. Make sure that the ads look good. You could also send yourself a preview in order to see what it looks like on Facebook. Highly suggest that. And you could also see what the other ad looks like and go into the other ad sets and see what everything looks like. But yes, this is how you set up a Facebook Messenger ads campaign. And my name is Cyprian. I own a marketing agency called Digital Haboo, and we help people set up ad campaigns just like this. And if you want us to do something like that for your business, feel free to visit digitalhaboo.ca and we'll be able to help you further. Thanks for listening. Bye now. Did you know that as